Alrighty. My friend asked me a question recently, and it was, how do I make my faces look not so flat? And I will say this outright, I'm not like really good at drawing or anything, I just kind of have a feel for certain things. And so like I'm just gonna bring you through the process of how I kind of draw faces and stuff. So first off, I kind of just draw a circle. It's like the series of lines like this. And from here, I'm deciding, where do I want my person to look? From here, I just kind of, let's say I want them to look this way. I will draw a line from about here, bring it down. And it's like, you're gonna bring this to the point where you think you want your chin to be. And then you're just gonna draw your face in. Reminder that like cheeks are gonna be different because of the angle of the face. And then you just kind of sketch it in. Bring in your jawline to where you think the ear would be. Now this is important. Where your ear is going to be, let's say it's here. Okay, so your ear is here. This is your ear. Ah, yeah. So this makes this important. So I'm just going to make another layer here and make a darker color. Your ear starts here, and your ear ends, say, about here. This is the line area where your eye should be. So from here, we're just going to bring these lines across. And as you're doing this, you're going to make one more small in this area than this one. Because as you go across, here's an object. Let's say here's a square, right? The further you go, the square should be like this. Because a three-dimensional object starts off like this. So like, here we go, so we've got this. We're gonna bring this like this. 3D objects have to fill the space. So if you're not making your objects follow 3D, it'll look a bit flat because you've got an eye that's like this big, and the other one is just this as well. But your nose is here, and then like your smile is like that. It's like, it's not gonna work. Not gonna work. Alright, going back to here. So we have basically right here. So what we're gonna do here is we're gonna draw another line like this. This is our defining line. This creates the center of the face. From here on, we're just gonna like do a couple more things. I'm just gonna kind of opaque this so we can do a little more detail. So let's say you want to do some anime eyes. Let's start with where the nose is gonna be. Here it is. This is your nose. I'm gonna make a darker color. That makes it easier to see. So here is. That's why it's not dark. We're on the wrong layer. Make sure you're on the right layer first of all. So what we're gonna do is this. So here is basically the crease where your nose is. Like right here. This is your crease. We're gonna use that as the setting to make your face the way it is. It's gonna, there we go. So that's our nose. Not the greatest looking, but it's there. Gonna make a little cute little lines here. So now that we have this, we can start making our eyes. So they're generally about like right here in your face, and they should make where your corner of your mouths will be. So like this. Those are the corner of your mouth. I'm gonna drop that like that again. And pick another color. So let's start drawing the eyes. So I'm just gonna do some, I want a big, thicker brush than that. This is just a sketch, right? We're just gonna do some big eyes. Some big animu eyes. Look at these. Oh man, they're gonna be circular AF. There we go. We're just gonna do this. Alright, there we go. Now, I said that I wanted them to look this way. What I mean by looking this way is I'm angling them this way. From this point, you can do whatever you want. I'm just gonna erase that. We're actually gonna change this a bit. I'm gonna give my eyes a bit more space. then I can do this. I'm gonna have them look towards the camera. By camera, I mean where you think everything is. Seeing as this is anime eyes, the exaggeration of it all is very apparent. I'm gonna do that. Whoa, nor. Just put a little features here. And we'll just put this underneath to just kind of extenuate that the eye is there. This isn't the greatest eye, but like, yeah, that's an eye right there. That's one. Now, you want to translate this over here. And the very first thing you need to think of is how to make this over here. I just kind of flip the camera like this. It's really easy to like see if your eyes are looking nice by doing that. So we're gonna start by doing this. See, remember this line here? This is the top of our eye. This is where I like decided that the eye should top. So we're gonna do this. There's our top, and because it's further away, we're gonna try and make it a little less big. So we're just gonna do this. Then just kind of follow kind of a general basis of what the eye would look like. Oh, something like that. Just gonna... There. And since we have her looking kind of like this, but it's more like towards the camera like this, we're gonna try and replicate that with the other eye. But because we don't have this like, this spine, I guess you would call it, we have to kind of make it look more natural. So I kind of draw a circle like this, and I kind of try and make it match like this. So like, remember, you want to kind of make it smaller. So we're gonna make the eye drop about here, and we're gonna make it come up more angular like this, because the eye is further away, so it doesn't look the same as the other one. Alright, there we go. And because we have it angled at such a way, we're gonna do this. We're gonna make it so that the lash line right here looks like that. Then we're gonna put in the features for the eye again. Whee! Anime eyes. We're just gonna bring this one up here like this. Match the other one. And that one drops right there. And boom! We have that. So we're gonna just uninvert it again. So like, if you're not happy with it, kind of just tweak it a bit. If you're a digital artist, you can just kind of transform it like this. And just kind of like hold your control and tweak it until it gets that angle that you want. So something like that. That's good, right there. And you can just kind of round it out a bit by doing something like this. Boom, there we go. Alright, so with eyelashes, see this line here? Coming back to this line. Make another line kind of like this. This area will be where your eyelashes go. So we're gonna just use like, let's say orange. We're gonna use orange for our eyelashes. And we're just gonna fill them in and just kind of bring them so that they arch around the eye, because that's how they should be. Then we can do it over here as well, but the thing is, see this line right here, this crease? We're gonna have the eyebrows connect to this crease and do it a bit like this. Make them a bit shorter to continue that effect of 3D. So because of that, we have something like this. Already this makes your face look a bit more like profiled, and it makes it easier for you to see like how it can look flat and how it can look more 3D. Because like this eye, if we didn't do the steps that we did, we would have had an eye that looked like this. And if we had that on top of this eye, I'm just gonna make it bigger to like emphasize this. It makes it look less dynamic. It makes it look flat because it looks like you're making just a basic. Oh, whoops! Let's not delete that. We need that. So because of that, we have to like factor in the 3D effect of how eyes will fall on our faces. And remember these lines I said I brought here earlier? So because we moved the eye here, I'm just gonna go here. I think it's right here. Whoops, I broke the nose. Let's not break the nose. So let's just kind of move this line to the middle here, like that. So these lines are your guiding lines for your face, or rather mouth. So here we are. We're just gonna do a cute little smile. Now, right here, I just kind of make these little lines like this to emphasize the crease of the mouth. And that creates the profiling for your face, using your nose as the centerpiece. And now that we have our nose the way we want it, let's just kind of fix this a little bit. We're just going to make the nose a little longer to just kind of fill in this void down here. There we go. Keeping the crease where it is. Line right here. Alright, and then afterward, you can start filling in the face like so. Most of the time, it kind of goes like this. Just kind of emphasize the cheek structure to get that cute little anime girlish thing going on. Or anime boy, like, it depends on the type of character you're creating. Kind of fill it in. So now that I have my face kind of generalized out, I'm just going to kind of create the ear by eye, while kind of maintaining these dimensions. I'm just going to bring this up a little bit, and bring it to about there. And Viola, you have a face. Gonna fill in this ear a bit. I don't like this. We're just gonna erase that. Aha! There we go. And boom! There you go. Let's just add a little neck there to give her a little... And yes, I've decided it's a girl. So we're just gonna make little dainty features here. Alright, and we can get rid of the skeletal in the background. Get rid of this line. And at this point, you can just bring in whatever hair features you want to kind of just cement what type of character you're creating. And this helps create the basis of where you want things to fall as well. Because if you know where your facial features are, you can kind of get an idea where you want your hairline to be as well. Just gonna bring this hairline down a bit, like this. Sketching is very important, by the way. It lets you create whatever you want without really putting yourself on a guideline. I go through a huge drawing process when it comes to this. I sketch probably a good 3 times before I get happy with the product, and then start lining. There we go. This is really quick. I'm not going to worry too much about the hair. Head would be a bit bigger. There we go. Just keep doing things until you like what it looks like. And if you're not happy with the eyes, you could always just kind of go in and just kind of... something like that. And there you have it. That's kind of my process into how I make faces, and kind of like, and figuring out a guideline to where I want them to look, while also creating a focal point for them to actually be looking at. The important part is making sure that your skeletal is kind of predefined before you go on. Like, if you want them to look up, you gotta kind of make a weird, like, angle. Or, like, if you want them to look down, you kind of have to, like, emphasize a smaller feature like this. And then the eyes would kind of be, like, right here, and then they're kind of looking up or, like, down, depending. It's really all depending on how you want the picture to come out. Mainly me, I go for these kind of, like, candid photo locations like this. I like them. They feel nice and warm to me. But yeah, that's my process into creating a more dynamic looking face. It's probably not the greatest, but this is just kind of an idea of what I do. If it helps you, let me know.